it tracking me? Is it tracking me? Is it tracking me? Hello? Are you tracking me? Nope. Hey! Hey guys, it is the official return of the Mocko show. Had a bit of a dark spell for the last weekend. Took 4 or 5 days with basically no motivation or training. I'm back today. Had 3 good days of training. Feeling good. Finally ready for Western States. Got a lot of inspiration today from meeting one of the original Mocko show fanboys, Michael. And Michael gave the coolest thing ever, a gimbal. So I'm talking to you and there is no bounce happening. Michael, you are awesome. It was great to meet you. Super inspiring, and the only reason I'm back to filming this right now is because of you, so thank you very much. Uh-oh, first car's coming. Let's talk about the rut. The rut is a terrible thing. It happens to all of us. It's just a dark time where you have no motivation to run. You aren't excited about getting out the door, and you kind of just lose complete focus. So for me, that generally means eating really poorly. I'll wake up and the only thing I want to do is eat sweets. You get really bad sleep. You wake up, you feel terrible. I skipped my long run, I skipped my workouts, and there wasn't anything I could do. So once you get into that cycle, it is really hard to get out of it. Looking back, I think there's a couple things that caused me to get into this state. Number one, international travel. Anytime you're traveling, it's exhausting, and you're messed up on time zones, you're not eating what you normally eat, you're definitely not sleeping like you normally sleep. But two, I was also coming off the emotional high of a really good race. I had run the Cork City Marathon. I immediately went back into running and thought I could get back into training right away, and I clearly wasn't ready. I didn't realize that all of the coffee I was drinking was actually not the best thing for me. It was masking that I was actually very, very fatigued and I needed some sleep. So once you get into that bad sleep cycle, you start making really poor decisions and you lose that excitement and drive that you have for running. So that's how I got into the rut. It lasted about 5 days. And honestly, I don't know how I got out of it, and I'm very grateful that I figured out a way. So what were the keys for me getting out of this rut? Well, one, embrace it a little bit. There's nothing permanent about 2 days of bad eating, poor running, any of that. So instead of forcing anything, try to embrace it. 2, rely on your friends. When I'm in the middle of kind of a weak moment, I think that I'm strong enough mentally, physically to get through it on my own, and I'm just not. And then 3, just don't bite off more than you can chew. I never really understood that expression because I can chew a lot at once, and if your next day calls for 12, even though you've taken 4 days off, don't do 12, do 4. Start with 4. If you're feeling good, move it to 6. Try not to spit all over your face. Once you get back into the rhythm and you start remembering how awesome running is, it's going to come back a lot more naturally. 1, get friends involved. 2, start small, start with 1 good healthy meal, start with 1 good night of sleep. And 3, don't immediately try to jump back into your training. That's all I got, guys. I'm super relieved that this bad spell is behind me. There's a week and a half until States. It's in the hundreds in Auburn right now. It's going to be really hot at States, so the next talk will be about sauna training and what you can do to prepare for the heat. Now that I have this super awesome gimbal, you should expect a lot better videos coming to you in the future. Guys, I'm back. I finally feel that excitement for a 100-mile race, which I hadn't felt for the last 4 or 5 days. I'm super grateful for my friends for supporting me through this because it was a rough spell. And I'm excited to cut this and get this to you. It's tracking me.